During the third millennia, in a strange place known as the United States of America, a war was brewing. Brainwashed Marxist idiots in colleges across the nation clashed with equally brainwashed, anime-obsessed neo-Nazis. Starbucks windows were shattered, Dodge Challengers were totaled, and Muslims realized that rental vans were cheaper than plane tickets. Skinny, anemic millennials from coast to coast were hospitalized with life-changing injuries such as sprains and first-degree burns. And the heroic knights of 4chan rose up to defeat Shia LaBeouf and drive the evil villain into a descent towards a madness the likes from which he would never recover. As the enemies of freedom destroy the cities that raised them, as America begins to resemble an Iron Maiden album come to life, two heroes have risen up to fight against the culture of utter madness and restore sanity the only way they know how, by refusing to take any of it seriously. Mersh.
And I said, hey, oi, let's chop your penis off. Oi, can I have me penis back? Why do you have dreadlocks, you white oppressor?
Royce Lopez.
Always be aborting. A always be aborting. Always be aborting.
Breaking news.
Breaking news,
You're
guys.
hearing it only on our show first. Apparently Donald Trump has worked out a deal. He will get the wall. Unfortunately, it's going to be a rock climbing wall.
Oh, no! The other side's going to be a slide. You climb the wall up and you just
Lands into a nice, clean, chlorinated pool. And then you immediately get a welfare check. Fucking A.
Oh, shit. He was a boy, he went to girl, now he wants to be a boy again.
Oh, God, just stay a girl if you're going to be this indecisive.
I think Caitlyn Jenner's a handsome woman with a great penis. Look, I'm not saying there's anything wrong with trannies. I just don't want to put that one's cock in my mouth.
Bound forever by their mutual love of smoking marijuana, Simpsons references and affection towards Alex Jones, these two men have joined forces to bring you uncut news and opinions directly from the belly of the beast. Saving Western civilization one childish dick joke at a time, here they are, your new heroes of the Imperium, Mersh and Royce Lopez.
And it is Monday afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome aboard. It's your favorite show on the planet Earth, Revenge of the Cis.
Results may vary.
Results may vary, and card is always subject to change. However, today we do have Mike Sheely and Royce Lopez, the leaders of your media jihad, out to kill the MSM. Not literally, but figuratively.
So we did insurgency, then we went to jihad.
Straight jihad now.
So what's the next level up? Because I don't want to hit a brick wall.
Yeah, you're right. We should have went with fatwa and then upgraded to jihad.
Right.
I think we jumped the gun. I think we skipped all of the...
We could have done media no-go zone.
We skipped like 1967 to 2001 of terrorism. Like
where they used to hijack planes but land in Cuba and not into buildings?
Yeah, and a fatwa more just meant like, hey, you better give us some more foreign aid, pal.
Yeah.
And we used to just go, yeah, make it right.
Even North Korea diplomacy.
But yes, welcome aboard, guys. Good to have everybody here. What do we get into? The good stuff first or the bad stuff?
Well, why don't we get...
Do we dress everyone down first?
That's what I wanted to do first.
Okay, good.
Okay.
I want to get the bad out of the way.
Okay.
We have to do this every few months.
This is very important to this show for its survival. For its... I don't want to be too mean, but sometimes you have to, put your boot down. Yeah. You know?
Don't worry. To all my ball washers out there, I'll be very nice to you guys.
Yes. And to my excessive mods, I love you. So, do you want to read the patron thing?
I'm in my new alt account.
I am also in an alt account.
So many
We're
things.
all in alt accounts right now.
We got a patron.
Well, I'll set it up while you pull up. So we yesterday, just hanging out. We had a lovely dinner last night. Just hung out, took a break. But before that, I get a message.
We went to one of those places. It's like kind of annoyingly fancy. Like they're like annoyingly creative with their menu, but they actually, here's the thing, right? I get annoyed at restaurants like that. But if you execute it well, the thing is, there's so many restaurants where they have these all grand visions of what they'll do, and then you realize you hire a couple of fucking pot-smoking line cooks for $10 an hour. And your food is shit.
They don't execute anything.
But this place, it was like everything on the menu. I'm like, I don't know, man. Everything has this weird twist. But god damn it, everything we ate last night was
everything that came to the table, everybody was like, I'm jealous of that, but mine's pretty dope too. But before we went, we got an email because every time we get a new patron or someone sending us a message on Patreon, we get an email. And Mike was doing some work up here, so I got the email first, and I sent it to him. It was a patron informing, and we're not going to read their names. We're not going to dox people. But
his name was David Schmidt. No, I'm kidding.
Damn it. All right, wait. Anonymity, it's David S.
There you go.
Too obvious.
D. Schmidt.
D. Schmidt. So anyway, we got a message. And by the way, it's not like we're overflowing with patrons, but we do really appreciate everyone who gives because it helps us do this as our full-time job.
And honestly, all things considered, we do better than some real, like,
I know.
I see some dudes that, like, started back when we started not this show, but, like, 10 years ago doing the same show. Like, literally guys still on Ustream.
Ooh, wow.
And they got, like, $18 coming in on Patreon.
Yeah.
But then I look at them and I'm like, oh, yeah, you don't put any work into this at all. It's just, I'm a comedian with a podcast.
And Mike pointed it out. We're not paywall pigs either. All of our shows are not behind a paywall. Anybody could watch them, okay? The Patreon stuff, we do incentivize people with giveaways, with content.
And then there's like some secret streams and shit.
That,
like,
of course.
It's
movie reviews.
Where we do real, but there's even ones I do where it's really bad.
By the way, Gotti's out. I have it.
Oh!
Just letting you know.
Gotti.
Sorry, but go ahead.
But yeah, there's like, secret like troll brigading shows that I run at night on secret channels and stuff. And it's all stuff that like it's kind of like the inside crew.
Right.
But as far as this product goes, it's always like readily available. Like, we're not pay pigs.
But we do appreciate the donations because it helps us keep doing the show full time. And that's why we have the giveaways and stuff like that. Now we got a message. Now look, I understand it happens sometimes. As a matter of fact, sometimes when donations don't come through, someone will be like, hey, man, I hit hard time. Sorry about it. I can't. And of course, I'm like, man, dude, take care of yourself, obviously. But this guy went out of his way to send us a message, not just because he's deleting his donation of $12 a month, but why he is deleting his donation for $12 a month.
And before I read this, I want to preface this by saying, look, guys, if you at any point want to part ways with us, or you can't, or even just won't, even if you don't like us anymore.
Pull the mic up a little bit, please.
Sorry, it's just this
I know
it's so bunched up over here.
I know.
All right, so guys,
I'll fix it later.
I appreciate constructive criticism, feedback, and trust me, we were all pretty harsh with each other. Even the fucking fans, like we're all dicks to each other.
We really are.
If you have an issue, I like constructive criticism. I like to grow. We like to grow and build our brand. Mm-hmm. So, if you want to send a little parting message and go, look, man, we grew apart, whatever. I don't really believe in some of the stuff you're doing, but, good luck to you guys. I just can't give you money anymore. Fine. I can tell you from knowing me better than anybody knows me, an ultimatum has never worked for me ever in my life. It hasn't worked in employment situations. It hasn't worked in relationships. It doesn't ever work. Mm-hmm. I'm sure you feel about the same way about that kind of stuff.
Don't fuck you. Don't. I'm going to do my show.
There's I've had women issue ultimatums, and I'm like, bye. Right. There are healthy ultimatums you can issue people. Like if you're in a relationship and a woman goes like, look, I'm taking the kids and getting out of here unless you go to rehab. Like you're a fucking mess. You fell asleep in your car the other night with the car running. Like you almost killed everybody in the house. Then you go, all right, I gotta get my shit together. But issuing an ultimatum like this is never going to work with us.
No.
Don't ever try to dangle your money in front of us and then tell us how we're going to do our content. We're not doing that. Because that's a problem with a lot of these content creators. They either go the route of they take money from fucking, Ezra Levant or some of these shady fucks, and then they start saying, you start going, wow, these guys are starting to say the exact same shit you heard on Rebel. The exact thing word for word. And then there's the other route. People go, well, hey guys, donate to my Patreon. Keep me 100% independent so I'm not beholden to the man, right? But what do these hacks do? A lot of those hacks, and Frank L.A. Werewolf just did a great show about this the other night on Deleted Streams. They start to do the same thing, but pandering to their patrons. So, like, if your base starts to get way too many white nationalists...
If it gets too based.
Yeah, it's so basic. But you start to change who you are to pander to your fucking audience. We're never going to pander to people. Ever. Ever.
We don't want to Ben
Ever.
Shapiro and become what we hate.
I don't give a fuck how much money you give us.
Well, hold on.
No, I can't do it. You know how I am, dude.
$1 million. We are now brought to you by the Soros Media Company.
But here's my thing, though, right?
Yeah.
How long does that last? How long can I... Because you know me. I can't pretend
How long have the Young Turks been on the air?
But they're not human beings. They're not human.
They're not people. So
my long story rant was...
Let's read the message. What do you say?
Okay. All right, fine. I was going to...
And then you could go back into your...
All right. This is from... all right. Removing my Patreon donations. Why should I pay $12 a month to sit in a room with more mods than viewers, with Mersh shitting on anyone who doesn't...
Sorry. Go ahead.
With Mersh shitting on anyone who doesn't polish his sack or give him steady stream of Streamlab donations. I've noticed Mersh spurging out on 1488 LARPers and ROTC. How do I spurg on the spurgs? That doesn't even... Whatever. Then drops N and K bombs on Nightwave. By the way, subscribe Nightwave. I do drop N and K bombs. It's a blast. It's a riot. You should check it out. Double standard? In other words, it seems like Mersh is playing the short game with the fans. There are better creators I can support. Hey, you know what? In that one sentence, I support you, pal. If anybody right now, I dare you, if you're fucking subscribed to us on Patreon, if there's somebody better you believe in more, give them your money. I have no problem with that. I remain supportive of you guys, but long story short, I've begun to feel like a chump donating to a channel with a host that shits on his fans. Do I actually... Have I ever genuinely shit on the fans?
No, it's always in joke. We joke with the fans. I would like to think people get the joke, right? Now,
one of the things I do at night is I scream at them, but like it's a bit. Yelling is a bit. Like I'm never like, you son of a bitch. Like they know I'm kidding.
Now, what this was in reference to is last week we talked about the smartest man in the world. Got a 30-day ban on Facebook because he compared, I think, Somalians to gorillas, and that's why he was popped out, because he's using the IQ thing. Blah 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 blah. It was thrown in our face, and it's the same person that commented on the YouTube channel that says, "Oh, you guys play monkey noises over Maxine Waters." I would like to think that most people understand the humor in making fun of Maxine Waters versus calling all Somalians gorillas. I would like to think that there's this middle thing, right?
No.
Worse than gorillas.
Worse than gorillas.
I apologize.
We were literally better at attempting to domesticate actual gorillas.
Yes.
And bring them into our urban centers. Yeah. That was the argument this man made.
Yes. So I would like to think that the comedy there's a middle ground. And obviously, a lot of the reasons, and I don't know if you agree, but I think you do, a lot of the reasons that we get obsessed with saying certain words and finding workarounds is strictly because we're told we're not allowed to use them. So, half the fun is finding a creative way to get around saying things that you're not allowed to. Because context doesn't matter anymore, people. Context doesn't matter, so everything has to be as some sort of secret mission to say something. But again, and we do this all the time. Mike brought this up sometimes. Sometimes you have to turn the wheel and get a lot of the crazies off, We do a politics show, yes, but it's also a comedy show, right? I would like to think people understand that. Whether you give $12, $100, we're not going to change why most people listen to us.
If you give $0, you're absolutely scum.
Yeah,
we'll all agree.
What's wrong with you?
Yeah, you're garbage. But even if you just give $1, it's fine.
Now we're gonna get a spur going.
Now
You
we're gonna
see?
Yeah.
You see?
They're all about the money. He's a fucking Jew. I'm telling you, Mercy's a Jew. I haven't seen his 23% me results.
We're gonna. By the way, we were gonna take those until we realized it's like $100 a pop.
Yeah, you fucking kidding me? Maybe I am a Jew.
Yeah, you're
paying you to find
How
out.
do you? You know what? That's a good way to tell if you're a Jew. You just go to Amazon. Oh, that's too expensive. 100% Jew. It comes back with the results.
Exactly.
100%.
How about this? I'm not paying you $100 to just verify what my parents told me.
Yeah.
I'm not from that kind of home where I don't know who did what. Like, we know in my family, and you can trace them back generations. We're a bunch of potato niggas.
Now, if you guys want to bias 23andMe results, I'll take it. I'm not afraid of it. I'll obviously take it, but I'm not about to pay $100 for it.
But anyway. I don't like being compared, unironically, to the things that I was attacking. It is not hypocritical. It's like Roy said, if you say things like, they're less than monkeys.
That's...
And again, I wasn't even mad at the guy for saying it. But like, and I'm sure, I don't know if maybe it's the guy that paid the super chat to ask that question that got butthurt the other day about, what do you think about him being censored, man? Right. And that was my whole thing. Like, I don't care what you say, but stop with this righteous indignation. Like, we've been mad about being censored before because we genuinely didn't do something.
Yeah.
We're like, I didn't do anything. But when you're like, N-words are monkey people, you're like, well, why did I get a 30-day ban? I don't know. Maybe it was the N-word monkey people thing. I'm thinking maybe.
And also, you understand that a lot of these 1488 LARPers, it's not like they brought up, it's just Baked Alaska did. It was isolated his fans. No. Do you understand something? What happened to Baked Alaska was he became very dependent on those spurgs.
Yeah, he started pandering to them from day one.
We're not pandering. We're doing a show. We're trying to fucking entertain people. But the fact that because you give money, we're not going to change the show, man. Fucking leave. Take your $12 and leave. I don't care. And you don't have to support us either. Leave that too. I don't care. Yes, we're trying to make this a full-time job. But the reason that we do this on our own is so we could do it our way. Not your way. Not if you get offended. You know, there's a lot of... Mike, this is a perfect example. Mike said it before, but we shit on the Proud Boys pretty fucking hard. But we still have fans that are Proud Boys. You know? There is a way to disassociate yourself, and unless you have a guilty conscience, you think that that's you. Look, again, at least this motherfucker with the Gorilla Somali post got a reason. You know why I'm pissed? I got banned from Facebook. I didn't even get a fucking reason. That's a reason to be fucking mad. But again, if I made that post, or Mike would have made that post, we would be the first ones to say, well, I mean...
Okay, what were you thinking?
Well, I mean, come on. If Mike did that, I'd be like, dude, it was funny, but...
You understand,
yeah.
Right? Forget Facebook. If I wrote that as an article on revengeofthecis.com and published it, and it got enough passing around, right, and it caught wind of the wrong people, we would lose our monetization across all Google platforms. Right. They would take the AdSense account away, and then we wouldn't even be able to monetize our videos. And again, is it all about the money? No. But, you know, your way isn't working, guys. Your fucking Adam Waffen, Reed Siege, Rape Your Mailman approach isn't working. So we're trying to do something here culturally. If you don't like it, I get it. But I don't like the fact, it's like I was saying earlier, you got people that pander to the big money, or they pander to the, you know, you guys ruined Baked Alaska. You're ruining all these other LA streamers now. I see it all the time. You're doing it with Corinne, which I get it. It's funny because fuck Corinne. But the point is, when you send somebody into Compton and start, you know, text-to-speeching the N-word and playing fucking racist shit, it's... You got to be willing to ruin that person. And I'm sorry. Quite frankly, I'm not willing to ruin this brand for any of you. And I know it may sound shitty, but I'm sorry. I'm not going to read the 14 words for a $5 super chat. That's the most short-sighted shit I've ever heard of. So all these people that are complaining are the short-sighted people.
By the way, shout out to Phil Pinochet who upped his donation $12 to counter that. He's a real hero.
Yeah, thank you, sir, for that.
We do appreciate it.
It's just fucking, I'm sick of it, man. Don't fucking think that I'm beholden to any of you people. Because I'm not. We've never acted that way. Not in the beginning and not now. And you can't go back and go, well, no, we're leaving. I never pandered to any particular fucking faction or group of you. You've all gotten a beating at some point on this show. And then guess what? The next week, we've defended the same people.
That's right.
So we're consistent. You want to stick around? Cool. And according to this email, this person said they were still going to support us or listen or whatever. I don't know after we posted that thing publicly and made fun of them.
I doubt
they
it.
will, but they probably will.
They will listen.
At the end of the day, this show is good, and that's why you gave us $12 a month. Don't pull you 12 and then go, oh, it's because you're not doing what I want. Dance for me, Patreon monkey boys. Fuck out of my face with that shit.
Now, after all that, if you want to help us, it's
$12 a month. Fuck out of here.
Patreon.com/we're not sorry.
To do what you fucking tell me to do? I've quit jobs that paid like $70,000 a year because I didn't like the way somebody talked to me.
Trump is over in Russia right now, in Helsinki, meeting with the Russian president.
That's in Finland.
I know, but I meant he's meeting with the Russian president in Helsinki. I meant to say. What I meant, man, is he's in Russia's pockets.
Yeah, no, it's treason. High treason.
High treason. So let's just play we'll play it was an hour and a half joint press conference. So we'll play a little bit of it and we'll talk about it and some of the things surrounding it.
Interference in 2016. Every U.S. intelligence agency has concluded that Russia did. My first question for you, sir, is...
Okay, sorry. We got to start again because it needs to be pointed out how nervous this
reporter
reporter
this guy's
is.
a panicky piece.
He is, because there's two alpha males up
is
there.
Is this Joe Kennedy about asking him a question? I just want to... give me a second. With his fucking notes, he drops like two of them. I'm sorry. I got... hamana.
Just now, President Putin denied having anything to do with the election interference in 2016. Every U.S. intelligence agency has concluded that Russia did. My first question for you, sir, is...
He's looking straight through him, too.
What, who, when, how, where?
Putin has... we can talk about Trump. I get it. He's an alpha male. He's even up there.
Well, we've done that, but I agree. We can talk about Putin.
Putin can stare through you.
And he's not a tall man.
And he's not, he doesn't even look like necessarily like overtly mean. Like, he doesn't seem like he's proactively just a mean guy, but he has a coldness to him that when you're addressing him, oh, Mr. Putin, you've been accused of, and he just sits there like, you're just like, so you know,
Gus Fring,
yeah.
that personality,
and
where
he's just, let me buy you a drink.
Yeah.
And you're like, no, I don't want to.
No, I'm not thirsty.
I'm not hungry or thirsty.
I gotta go.
Well, we can take my plane back to your country.
Do you want to meet Edward Snowden?
I'm flying commercial because I want to build the points. Because if I don't get enough points,
I appreciate it though.
Question for you, sir, is who do you believe? My second question is, would you now, with the whole world watching, tell President Putin, would you denounce what happened in 2016, and would you warn him to never do it again?
First off,
you guys trying to
we were just talking about not telling people what the fuck to do.
The press is literally America and Russia, and they're like, like they're trying to get. Come on, do a war,
fight. What do you want?
So let me just say that we have two thoughts. You have groups that are wondering why the FBI never took the server. Why haven't they taken the server? Why was the FBI told to leave the office of the Democratic National Committee? I've been wondering that. I've been asking that for months and months, and I've been tweeting it out and calling it out on social media. Where is the server? I want to know, where is the server, and what is the server saying? With that being said, all I can do is ask the question. My people came to me, Dan Coates came to me, and some others. They said they think it's Russia. I have President Putin. He just said it's not Russia. I will say this, I don't see any reason why it would be, but I really do want to see the server. But I have confidence in both parties. I really believe that this will probably go on.
If you guys have ever heard of a young man, patriot by the name of Seth Rich. He just starts going down.
Can you imagine if he just
all
took
I'm
that?
saying is, if you look into it a little bit closer, Alex Jones, connected the dots for all you people.
He is the CIA, you know.
For a while.
He starts going real deep rabbit hole. You know, Assange has been dead for 8 months. Nobody wants to talk about it. I'm the only one talking about it. I've tweeted about it several times.
It's a body double.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, it's like Osama bin Laden. They just use old videos.
It can go on without finding out what happened to the server, what happened to the servers of the
By the way,
Pakistani
Putin's not a
gentleman.
tall man. Still a total
No,
alpha.
yeah.
He's still a burly-chested little Russian guy. Tall. Trump is a tall boy,
He is
though.
a tall dude,
He's a
man.
tall boy.
That worked on the DNC. Where are those servers? They're missing. Where are they? What happened to Hillary Clinton's emails? 33,000 emails gone.
You know how many leftists right now are punching holes in their drywall? You know how many?
Every time he does that, the Hillary email thing,
They get
They
worse.
lose their minds.
They're so mad right now.
Just gone. I think in Russia they wouldn't be gone so easily. I think it's a disgrace that we can't get Hillary Clinton's 33,000 emails. So I have great confidence in my intelligence people, but I will tell you that President Putin was extremely strong and powerful in his denial today. And what he did is an incredible offer. He offered to have the people working on the case come and work with their investigators with respect to the 12 people. I think that's an incredible offer. Okay.
By the way, here's what happened. Something that needs to be.
It was a little more. It was a little scarier than that.
Yeah, but even something else needs to be pointed out. On Friday, you know how they indicted the 12 Russian agents? Mm-hmm. You know, which by the way is ridiculous because Russia's not going to give their people over. That's fucking retarded. But they indicted the 12 Russian agents. Here's what happened. Those agencies that they were working for, these private companies, fought back. And they said, okay, cool. To Mueller, this reader, to go look it up, goes, okay, cool. So when are we going to go to discovery? Mueller then said, there'll be no discovery for this case. Look, I 100% accurate. Because they never expected them to fight back. They expected them to stay quiet and not extradite their people. Because that's what people normally do, being quiet. They're like, okay, cool. When's discovery? We're not doing discovery for this case. It's a little weird, right? It's a little weird, right? It's a little weird. Just a little tiny weird.
Slightly off.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Позвольте мне добавить два слова.
Oh, I love when he takes out the earpiece. Alpha male's about to talk.
Yeah,
like
I
that.
do like the fact that he doesn't.
Yeah.
You know what, man? I like Putin. I can relate to that. I don't think I want somebody up in my ear.
No.
You know what I mean? It's like, look, man, I got it. Look, so I got this. So check it out, right? I know where we're going with this. I love Putin, man.
Something to this. After all, I was an intelligence officer myself.
He was.
И знаю, как составляются соответствующие досье.
And I do know how dossiers are made up.
Just a minute.
Just a second.
Это первое.
That's the first thing.
Второе.
Now the second thing.
Я считаю Россию демократическим государством.
I believe that Russia is a democratic state.
Не отказываете
And I
в этом
hope you're not
своей стране,
denying
Соединенным Штатам Америки.
this right to your own country. You're not denying that United States is a democracy. Do you believe United States is a democracy?
No, it's
А если
a
это
constitutional
так,
republic.
And if so,
то
if it is a democratic
окончательный
state,
вывод
then the final conclusion in this kind of a dispute can only be delivered by a trial, by the court, not by the executive, by the law enforcement. For instance, the Concord company that was brought up is being accused. It's been accused of interference. But this company does not constitute the Russian state. It does not represent the Russian state. And I brought several examples before. Well, you have a lot of individuals in the United States. Take George Soros, for instance, with multi-billion.
QAnon retards are losing their fucking minds.
So far, leftists are losing their minds. QAnon retards are losing their
I
minds.
bet you they think now QAnon. Half of them probably think it's Putin. You guys are so dumb.
Capitals, but does that make him
Позиция частного лица.
his position, his posture, the posture of the United States? No, it does not. Well, it's the same case. There is the issue of trying a case in the court, and the final say is for the court to deliver. We are now talking about the private, the individuals, and not about particular states. And as far as the most recent allegation is concerned about the Russian intelligence officers, we do have an intergovernmental treaty. Please do send us the request. We will analyze it properly.
and we'll send a formal response. And as I said, we can extend this cooperation, but we should do it on a reciprocal basis.
Now, do I think, and look, we'd be stupid not to, do I think that Russia interfered in the election? Yeah, probably. Do I think...
But interfered... See, this...
Well, here's what I think. Sorry, you're right. Do I think that Russia tried to, in a legal way, influence the election?
But that's what I mean. That's social influencing. We
Correct.
all do that to each other.
But what I was going to say was, I think they've done it to every one of our elections. Always. Even before social media. But now, we can't lie to ourselves, right? We cannot sit here at the same time and then pretend like we, the United States, I mean, haven't done the same thing to elections all over the planet.
All over the world. And so does Russia, all over the world. So does China. It's what they... China. It's what they do.
Yeah.
But they're trying to turn that into some kind of Trump worked with them. And it's just fucking clown shoes. Retarded.
It happened when Obama was in office, these 12 individuals that they put in there. And also, remember, you have to remember something. In, was it 2012, 2013? Obama tried to openly tried to influence the elections in Israel.
But he's their golden boy. They're never going to... It's...
Oh, I know.
I feel like whenever I watch some of these fucking conservatards on Twitter, they just wear me out. They're so tiresome.
Yeah.
What they're like, we need to get an indictment on Hillary, and then it's not fair because it's a double standard, and Obama, it's not fair. And you're like, yeah, life's not fair, you fucking whiny cucks. Fucking do something about it. Stop tweeting to fucking Attorney General Sessions and go, can you get an inquiry into Strzok? And shut up. It's not going to happen. The system's not rigged for you. Fuck.
Now at this same
what
news
are the
conference,
consequences? The U.S. still has the upper
while they
hand
were
when it
live,
comes to
I
our
don't. We're still
economy
trying to figure out what happened
and
here.
Doing a
our
stank face.
military
But a
and
journalist-
Doing a
leadership
stank
in these
face.
multilateral
Even with the
organizations
hands,
like
though.
NATO.
He is.
So
Stank
what
face.
consequences do we face?
These are all democracies. They depend on public opinion
this.
to support them. And in public opinion, look at the public opinion polls throughout Europe. They're turning against the United States because of what President Trump is doing.
Look,
Will
this
they
guy.
be there the next time we need them on any number of
Sanders
issues?
is
Not
there?
if
He's
their
a journalist
public
holding
opinion
something up.
might
I don't know what it
convince them to
says.
do something different. This is very different than dealing with an authoritarian
And they're
leader
trying to
like
take-
Putin
so they're
or
trying to
Kim
take
Jong-un. These leaders in Europe
the
are
paper
just like
away
our
from
leaders.
him.
They're going to respond to what
Now
their people are
that's
saying.
that secret
And you look at
Secret
those
Service right there,
there.
and he's being escorted from the premise, carried away.
Ratings for Donald Trump in Europe. This is a real
What do you
problem.
think he did?
As you're talking, Ambassador, obviously
wanna know what
a
that sign
protester
said.
tried
Me
to hold
too.
up a card for the cameras, quickly escorted out of the
Right.
room by
Saw that.
security. And you'll notice some familiar faces in the
Hey, you know, all of you don't need to record with your fucking camera phone. There's every.
No. You know what it is? It's
Yeah.
actually, that's secret. That's not Secret Service. That's actually WWE security, and that guy was trying to hold up a CM Punk sign.
He was a background
And
wrestler.
they don't play
they
that
mess
shit.
around. Yeah.
crowd of reporters who all have a phone, apparently. Kelly O'Donnell of NBC News was in that shot a moment ago. Fred Kemp joins us this morning from the Atlanta County.
So yeah, I don't know what the sign said, but that happened during the thing. They took him away. I'm really very curious. Jamies, can you pull that up?
Yeah, does anybody know what his fucking gay sign said?
Yeah.
I'm
So-
sure somebody on poll is enhancing it right now as we speak and trying to figure out what he said.
He looked like city folk, the owl said. So that has led to, as
They
Mike
all
said,
are. They all are. Everybody trying to sow dissent is city folk.
speak of the devil.
This fucking guy. This guy's.
So this is Scott Dworkin. He's a co-founder of the Democratic Coalition. He has a podcast called The Dworkin Report. Great name, by the way. Dworkin. It's such a fucking terrible
He's
name.
also.
Yeah, so it says city folk. He's part of the hashtag The Resistance, by the way. Let's hear what he has to say. And this is his tweet. At Funder. Full stop. Trump just committed treason.
Whoa. Smoking gun, folks, incoming.
There is...
Well, what?
Hey,
He wouldn't make a deck.
hold
He
on,
wouldn't
you're
yell
right.
full stop if he didn't
Hold
have
on.
proof, right?
You're right. Let's do something. Guys, if you have children listening right now, take them out of the room. I don't want them to hear this, okay?
You understand? I just want to give you guys
Yeah.
a little heads up. by the way. You know, the left keeps doing Boy Who Cried Wolf. This is why nobody believes him anymore. If I ever write, full stop, I have a video of Lauren Southern getting airtighted by two black guys in a cheap motel room. It's incoming, right? I'd have that, though.
You would, yeah, you would.
You know what I mean? I wouldn't go, full stop. I just watched Lauren Southern take on two black guys. And have really?
Yeah, they invaded her like a farm in South Africa.
No, there would be a clip attached to the tweet. Yeah. But anyway.
Full stop. Trump just committed treason. There is no other word for it. He just met with the Osama bin Laden of this generation. Wouldn't Osama bin Laden be the Osama bin Laden of this generation?
Beat me to it.
Sorry. I would say Osama bin Laden was the Osama bin Laden of this generation.
It wasn't that long ago, Scotty. Another Scott.
Oh, you're right. Oh, sorry, Cool Scott. There's another shit Scott added to the list.
There is a reason why we specifically call our Scott Cool Scott.
Because he's the only cool Scott.
The only cool Scott.
And Scott Hall. Someone who is currently still attacking Americans at this very moment. Trump must resign and get the hell out of the White House now. Hashtag Treason Summit.
Why do these people exist?
Okay, I'll explain. Because the Bible says that they have this piece of land. Oh, you mean... Oh, sorry. I misunderstood.
Look,
okay?
But why... we got to go through this again. Okay. When you yell things like treason, Nazi, genocide...
Are we playing leftist bingo? Because I love it.
Kidnapping, murder, all this stuff, right?
Collusion.
Invasion.
Oh, that's a good one.
Fascism.
Oh, yeah, you got to throw fascism in there.
But mostly like the genocide stuff and attack on our communities.
Literally killing, insert something.
The more this shit never comes, the less people are going to believe you. Now, most folks would go, all right, history has served us not very well in the last few years. These tactics aren't working. Perhaps we should dial them back. But no, you guys just go full throttle with it. Most of middle America, centrists, which, yeah, guess what? Alt-right and alt-left commies. I know you don't think your side has extremists, or that there are no non-extremists. It's just right and left, but there's a whole little square. You ever see a political compass, the big square? Well, there's a whole square in the middle of that square.
Let's call them Redbox users.
Yes. Normies.
Yes.
Normies are going to get sick of your shit, man. You notice the right is tightening up. Hey, no more rallies. Everybody chill the fuck out. Dial it down, boys. Martell's posting Sunday dinner pics. Everyone's less Iron Sun pictures. Everybody's just calming down. Or Black Sun pictures. Everybody's calming down a little bit. You notice we're learning. We're like, just dial it back, man. No reason to be fist fighting in the streets. But you guys just are going full through. Treason! Break windows! Kill ICE agents! Ah! And you're like,
Kill ICE agents is my
But you know what I mean? And then and the right wing's starting to go, guys, with the Black Suns and the swastika.
Yeah, relax.
Just not right now, because we're fucking killing it right now.
Yeah.
We're going to have 4 Supreme Court justices if this keeps up.
Yeah, just...
So it's like, you guys are learning.
At some point when you're up by 20, you bench LeBron.
Yes.
You know?
Yeah, you don't need Richard Spencer out there being edgy. You don't need Milo being edgy in a fur coat right now. We did it.
Yeah.
Hide Milo behind his fucking paywall where he belongs right now. And just let people be nice. But you guys don't get this. It's always treason, terrorism, Osama bin Laden. When did Putin fly planes into the fucking towers?
It is absurd. Look, don't get me wrong. Listen.
Putin has killed hundreds of first responders in New York City. What?
You said journalists wrong, but listen. Look, to be fair.
I wouldn't mind letting Putin around over here and letting the reins loose a little bit. That's all I'm going to say. I would love to have Putin just tour this country and take journalists out to do a nice dinner.
Mm-hmm. A nice, delicious, traditional Russian dinner.
Why does my lobster tail taste like sesnium?
Does anyone else smell burnt toast?
These crab legs are like, Really? What? They're not normally spicy.
Right?
Why is my hair falling out during dessert?
Why was the hot butter poured out of a toxic waste container?
And then, of course, Putin's sitting there looking like he's fucking in his 30s and his 50s going, I don't know, I'm fine. It must not be the food.
Look, don't get me wrong, and we have to be honest. Like Putin, listen,
He's a murderous, evil man. I get it.
of course,
But
yeah.
every head of state is a
But he's-
sociopath.
Yeah, look, don't get me wrong. Putin has done some fucking terrible things. No one's going to sit here and deny that. Absolutely, he has. But on the level of Osama bin Laden, do you understand that there is this huge gap to make that connection? Now, as far as treason goes, if you are using presidents buddying up with people that are evil or even dictators to be treasonous, every president's fucking committed treason. I mean, there's pictures of Obama standing next to Raul fucking Castro. There's pictures of Obama with, forget pictures, Obama making loopholes to give money to Iran. All right? And we go back to all the, Rumsfeld actually had a picture with fucking Osama bin Laden. There's a bunch of different, when you're a head of state, you will sometimes have to meet with people that are terrible people. That's how it goes. The other option is to what? Ignore Putin and make a bigger enemy out of him? No. Why would you do that? It doesn't make any sense politically to do that.
You understand, guys, your little liberal heroes like Merkel and Sadiq Khan and what's her name? Theresa May, all these fucking lefty European, holier than thou people. You realize they're all sociopaths, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Anyone that gets to sit at the G20 summit is a full-blown psychopath. So, enough.
I'm glad you brought up Theresa May because some more videos have come out. It took a while. There's a lot to filter through from the anti-Trump rally in the UK. And I want to just play a couple of them. They're short little clips.
But fucking thing.
I just want to show you guys. I want to show all our listeners and all the viewers.
This is what we're up against.
This is what we're up against in the UK. Be careful because all these people that, by the way, can't even vote here have a problem with Trump. So let's play a few of them. This
looks like a reasonable individual.
Okay, this is from the anti-Trump UK rally, one where the balloon was at.
Stop grabbing pussy, stop putting kids in cages, stop cutting funding, stop ruining this world, fuck Trump, and get some less bronzer.
I'm sorry, pause. Mm-hmm. Thank you.
Do you want to explain what they're dressed like?
First of all, everything about you is disgusting. They're dressed like a cat, but like face painted like a cat, and cat ears, and some sort of like BDSM gear
leather,
on.
like a leather net choker.
How
is this a man or a woman, by the way? I'm not even saying that.
It's a dude.
Ah, fuck, and look what I did. I go back like an idiot.
It's a dude.
You think it's a dude?
Yeah, it kind of looks like Steve-O Tranny.
Okay, all right.
The Australian.
Yeah.
But the other thing is, too, how do you go get some less something? That doesn't make any sense. That's terrible.
So
that was the take you were going to go with?
That's a good take.
I would have been like, hey, can we cut? Sorry, can I do that over? You can't go get less of something. That's not how that works. You use less. We'll go with use.
Do you think you're going to get a good take out of a cat person?
We're going to go with use less bronzer. Ready? And 3, 2. He's sitting there in your cat ears with dignity going, and a 3.
Stop grabbing pussy, stop putting kids in cages, stop cutting funding, stop ruining this world, fuck Trump, and get
use
some
less bronzer. Yeah, nailed it, mate. Thank you. Can I have me drugs now?
No. Here's your catnip. Beat it.
Meow. No. It's actual ketamine. So let's be honest here, right? The homos just wanted some extra parades, right?
Yeah, they didn't, Mike, it's not like they had an entire month for themselves.
But isn't this just an extension of the homo month? Like, it's the same shit.
Same people. Yeah, that's for sure. It's the same people.
It's like they showed up a month late.
Now, something that, and by the way, don't get me wrong, Hannity could be fucking head boomer. But he did say something because he was he actually went. He can be.
He's like the head vampire in Lost Boys. If you kill Sean Hannity, all the other boomers revert back to non-boomers.
So, but he was here actually interviewing some people, and something he pointed out, and I mean, think about it. He goes, "Look, everybody that opened their mouth there smelled like a brewery. He goes, everybody just uses to be there and be fucking drunk. And that's, not Tina say fucking, but be drunk. So they're all on drugs. They're all hammered. This is just a party.
And don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
I love being hammered and on drugs. But why are they using... I guess what I'm trying to figure out is, why are they cheapening this movement that they believe in so much to this level of, because like even the alt-right doesn't put up with that shit. Like, you know, like when the beer drinking fucking shitty TWP guys show up, like I've seen groups in the alt-right police them and be like, knock it off, this isn't a fucking beer drunken barn burner, like this is supposed to be, you know, we're supposed to be representing an ideal, and like this isn't, it's like you said, everybody's drunk and on drugs. This is just a fucking, that's not a rally. That shouldn't be the spearhead of your movement.
No, that's
nobody
a
wants
a rave.
That's what it is. But you guys want to lead the world?
It's important to march with the Queer Blog today to show that all the policies that Donald Trump puts in place in America to put down people who are subjugated, who are queer, or color.
You're right, queer. You're right, dude. It's this. It's the same group. It's not even like
they're trying to make it 12 months a year.
Look, and I know we said this month we were going to try to be patriotic month, but we can't avoid it. Like this story, by the way, I got this just to this wasn't like finding gay people in London. I was just trying to find the UK Trump anti-Trump rally, but sifting through it, and I'm sure you've been through it too. This is all it is. It's not, I didn't go looking for drag stuff or gay stuff. I will admit that I'll do that sometimes, like, you know, Pride Month we were doing, but I wasn't doing that. I was just going, hey, let me find, you know, let's see what actually happened. This is, you'll see, this is all the videos. It's the same thing. First off, Trump's not doing anything to fucking gay people, all right? You idiots. He's done nothing to gay people. Nothing.
And it's, look, you guys are going to go the same route that, you know, the KKK went and the super religious annoying people went, where you're going to get so noisy for so long that eventually the normies are going to go, I don't care. I'll vote for whatever ordinance.
Yeah.
I don't want this anymore. I don't want this anymore.
You're right.
To put down people who are subjugated, who are queer, or color, or women, or trans, or disabled are not welcome here. We're here today because we don't want Trump to be welcomed into this country.
But why? Explain. Like, they're all telling me the what's, but they're not telling me the whys.
Well, they don't want Trump to be welcome here because he's homophobic and he's racist. So, like all the Muslims you're letting into the country that are all homophobic and are all racist?
Yeah, and not the fucking liberal real estate developer from New York City.
Yeah, seriously.
That homophobic racist that for 30 years existed in the public fucking sphere and never once had any controversies. And then in 2016, suddenly he wanted to murder all the gays and blacks.
Yeah. Like we said before, we talked about it last week.
Like,
but
what?
Do you know how many rap songs use Trump as a verb and it was positive?
Yeah. Still love Trump.
And all of a sudden now he's racist?
Trump
Get
was
the
like,
fuck
Trump
outta
was
here.
one of those guys like Bill Clinton where blacks considered him like an honorary
Yes.
black guy.
Yep.
You know?
Welcomed into this country. He's homophobic, he's racist, he's anti-women, he's made bad decisions for the environment.
Here you go. Look, here you go.
You guys see this? These are literal demon people. Like, this is... If you showed this to me 10 years ago and said, this is... Like when my mom was like, they're going to come for your kids one day. And you're like, no, they're not, you fucking crazy old religious lady. If you showed me this, I'd go, you're a fucking... What kind of weird propaganda is this? You're a fucking hysterical retard. And now there are literal demon people in the streets, and we're supposed to be okay with it.
Ho, ho! Donald Trump has got to go! Hey, hey! Ho, ho! Donald Trump has got to go! Hey, hey! Ho, ho!
Look at them dancing.
Donald Trump has got to go! Hey!
It's just like, they're literal demons in the street, and you guys are just like, stop being a bigot. Oh, fascism when?
I got a phrase here. Roses are red, violets are proper. Hey, Mike, go get the helicopter.
Yeah, there we go.
Well, Mike, I know what you think, and you're thinking,
Oh, not this fucking stupid thing.
Oh, yes. I know what you're thinking, Mike. What happens when they rise up? The leftists rise up to fight you. At the UK rally.
Probably punch him in the face, go home.
And then you get a hate crime against you. So at the Trump rally, this is short, just 15 seconds. They have a gentleman. They had a one of those. I'm sure you've seen it, like those punching bags that look like people. You know, that look like a person.
Yeah.
And they made it look like Trump. This one. And here are some of the Killer's Row.
And then they just put it on a dolly?
Yes, on a dolly.
So that's a good sturdy base.
No, yeah, because everybody knows when you want to make sure that your surface you're punching could easily roll away from you. Okay. So this is them a punch.
Wow, that's some good.
Hold on, he's taking his backpack off.
Get that bag off, son.
You got to get a good punch in. Here we go.
They're not even moving the dolly with their kicks.
You know how embarrassing that is? Look at the kick, though. Ah! Take that, Trump. Take that, Trump. Oh, yeah, take that, Trump.
These are terrible.
Look at the
punches.
fist. He's doing the thumb inside the finger fist. Look, seriously, look at the
You will
fist.
break your fucking hand.
Here, watch.
You
Look at
break
the
your
fist.
thumb so quick. You can't really see, but you're gonna break your thumb.
So these are the killers over there that we should be worried about in the UK. It's really is.
It's not them fighting I'm worried about. It's them chasing guys, with AKs and cars, and then them running into crowds and getting called Nazis.
Well, that and also fucking grooming 9-year-old kids to think they're fucking trannies and stuff like
Well,
that. That's another fucking problem.
It's just you being a bigot.
No, I'm not being a bigot. I mean, I've seen it. You got banned specifically for making fun of one of those videos, as a matter of fact.
But we were able to get Desmond is Amazing to actually say Hitler did nothing wrong out loud on a video
That's
stream.
true.
So, honestly, I'm usually pretty pissed about a Facebook suspension. I cannot tell you how worth it this one was to see that kid going in full drag regalia at 8 years old going, what's this say? Hitler did nothing wrong. Like, yes.
Just amazing.
You are a modern art piece. You are a fucking... That kid just became.
Well, don't you feel bad for the kid? I feel bad for the kid still. It's still a kid. Like
you know what, man? You do, but
he's 9.
I get it, but do you understand? I can't even say. Like in a perfect world,
Okay.
let's say we want to fix this.
I love when I see Mike's wheels turning.
Let's
Say
say we
something.
want to fix this society we live in and go back to a better ideal.
Okay. Like what year? Around what year would you say was the ideal society?
It's not even a year thing, and it's not even but just find some balance again. Not even necessarily a certain era, but go back to some more traditional stuff. I would say go back at least 20, 30 years.
Okay.
Where the balance was a little bit. But then everybody always wants to go back to their childhood. But just go back to a time when things were more balanced. That being said, if you wanted to erase a lot of this degeneracy, yeah, you gotta go after the people who created it, the root of the problem, the manipulators, the city folk, and all the cancer in our fucking culture. But he's got to go too, right? Like that's you can't have as harsh as that sounds.
You don't think well, here's what I'm saying. I hear what you're saying.
No relics from the era. We'd have to.
I hear what you're saying, but I do think that there's a lot of people that I know personally, and you do too. I'm sure that even you said it yourself. When you were younger, you would think this and you would think that. I think when there's still hope for that to actually turn you into when you get old enough. If the right people take you away from this garbage,
yeah, he's still going to grow up to be a hetero rapist or serial killer.
You think?
Yeah, you got it.
Are you just playing the statistic game?
Yeah, I'm just saying if we want to fucking reset and go back to a better, certain things there are going to have to be difficult decisions made. Mm-hmm. That's all.
Well,
and it's not something. Look, this is why I love having these cool, fascinating debates about things. When people always want to dismiss any kind of, and I'm not just talking about the Nazis, but even Stalin and the Khmer Rouge and all these other fucking regimes across the world that have done a lot of evil things, but we always dismiss it as, well, it's so evil. Look, at the end of the day, we said you don't get to be a head of state without being a bit of a sociopath, and there are desperate times that sometimes call for a complete sociopath to be running the show. Doesn't always work
Well,
out.
I hear what you're saying. Well, when you turn the wheel so hard one way, you need to. The only way to fix it is to turn it hard the other. I know what you're saying.
Like if you remember when they at the end of StarCraft, when they had to get the dude to the fucking temple at the end, and he had to wipe the whole planet, like glass the whole place, you know.
So like the Ozymandias kind of fix.
Look, man, he wasn't wrong.
No, I agree. I listen. He wasn't wrong. Ozymandias did nothing wrong.
They shouldn't have blown up my nigga Rorschach, though.
That I don't agree with. But that wasn't even Ozymandias. That was more Dr. Manhattan that did that. You know what I mean? Influenced by Ozymandias.
On whose property?
You're off.
Why were they even there?
I love that we're litigating Watchmen on the show now.
Yeah, because why were they even there? Don't fucking give me that argument.
On whose property?
It was technically, John that shot you. Yeah, but you invited us all to your house, and he immediately shot me.
That's fair.
Feels like a bit of an ambush.
We're going to go to break here. RevengeOfTheSys.com/donate is how you help us. If you want to offset some of the dummies that don't like us, just go become a patron, patreon.com/we're not sorry. Today's Amazon Prime Day, so I know a lot of you people are going to be buying stuff.
What do you mean by you people?
Mostly blacks are going to be buying
like
stuff.
They have Amazon Prime.
They borrow their cousins. Anyway, you're going to... Jesus, it's just... Oof. I wasn't talking about actual Amazonians.
Yeah. Fucking.
Let's try this again.
Fucking like they have Amazon Prime. We're not advertising for Aaron's.
It's Amazon Prime Day today, so if you're gonna buy it,
if you want to spend $2,000 for an $800 TV over 24 months,
rent a center. If you are going to use Amazon Prime today for Prime Day, go to RevengeOfTheSys.com and click through any of the banners you find over there. That will give us a percentage of whatever you buy. It helps us out without costing you anything. If you want to help us get to DC, it's streamlabs.com/RevengeOfTheSys. We'll be going up for the More Rally, which I believe is September 8th. We'll be right back here in about 5 minutes. So talk amongst yourselves. Revenge of the Sys.
the most exciting 2 hours of television is back with an all-new Revenge of the Sys. As Royce and Mersch continue to track an international deep state pedophile ring, their journey to the nation's capital is put on hold as Orlando's best police cops receive a cryptic message from an old colleague.
It's a message from my old partner. He needs to see us in Los Angeles right now. Says it's related to our case.
Do you trust him?
As much as I trust you, partner.
What's to know then? A detour from their original investigation finds these no-nonsense detectives in the middle of Hollywood.
Thanks for meeting me. We can't talk long. They're probably following me.
Who's following you?
The Podesta brothers. They've got eyes everywhere, Lopez.
Now trapped between deep state globalists and the Hollywood elite, Lopez and Mersch are on the case. They're no longer avenging Orlando. They're saving America. And this week, they're taking on Pedowood.
I've been working this case. This Dan Schneider guy, producer at Nickelodeon, he's into kids. Or feet. Or kids' feet.
Yeah, the iCarly guy.
How do you know all this?
Thanks for meeting me.
No problem, Miss Bynes.
This is Amanda Bynes? Jesus, she looks terrible.
Dude, she can hear you.
Watch this week as the web grows bigger, the case becomes more complex, and more older model cars get wrecked and plenty of nameless extras get shot. This week on an all-new Revenge of the Sys, followed by Nazi Lawyer. USA, hotels don't have Netflix.
For this performance in Delaware.
To make your shopping day a little easier.
Mervyn's Dollar Day sale is going on right now, and that means great buys on clothes for kids. All this week, you can save on boys' clothes by Campus Le Tigre. Short-sleeve Le Tigre knits are the shirts all the boys will be wearing back to school.
Do you like pranks, guns, and jokes about retarded people? Well, so do we, but odds are your liberal snowflake friend doesn't. How would you like an easy, cost-effective way of screwing with that friend anonymously without losing your Twitter account? Guns for Tards is the perfect way to trigger SJW anonymously through the mail. For a low fee, your target will receive a beautifully designed professional mailer from our fictional Guns for Tards charity containing a thank you letter for their donation. They'll be led to believe that money was donated in their name to a charity that advocates Second Amendment rights for the mentally handicapped people in their area. For a few extra bucks, they will receive pictures and a detailed profile of a retarded person who they helped harm. It's all fun and games, well, except for that idiot who gets this in their mailbox and freaks out. Messing with someone through the mail is effective. Most people do it trolling over the internet, but regular mail is way more invasive. Whether it's a boss, an ex, or a liberal professor you don't like, this is the perfect way to screw with someone anonymously for the cost of a cup of coffee. Well, a cup of coffee in Manhattan, in a fancy coffee shop. Check out www.gunsfortards.com and select a package today. Use promo code MERSH for 10% off.
Ladies and gentlemen, we can rebuild him. We have the technology. We can make him better than he was before. Better, stronger, faster. A new night, a new time. The Sully Show returns to More Like Radio, Tuesdays, 7:30 p.m. Eastern before Dutch and Royce. Tuesday nights will never be the same.
I am the changing of the guard at Buckingham Palace. I am a thatched roof cottage in Wales. I am the best of Great Britain. I am British Caledonian Airways.
From Time Life Music comes a one-of-a-kind Rat Pack collection, their most bigoted songs. All your favorite once-acceptable hits like Drunk Old Injun.
The drunk old Injun squatting in his teepee, fire water keeping him warm.
Jewish Nose.
She's got a big, beautiful Jewish nose, and it's there 2 minutes early wherever she goes.
Dean Martin singing Chinaman's Chants.
And Mr. Chinaman say in his Chinaman way, a ding-a-ling, a ching-a-chong, a ching-a-chong too.
Hugh Stinky Frenchman.
Paris is lovely and Nice sure is nice, and Marseille is charming with champagne on ice. But you stinky Frenchmen haven't a clue. Pew stinky Frenchmen, frog you.
Hey there, Fruity.
Hey there, Fruity, you can do my hair. Hey there, Fruity, don't touch me down there. Hey there, Fruity, again, I don't approve.
And many more.
Revenge of the Sis, second hour on Monday, the only show committing treason that the government approves of. Thank you, guys.
Really, that's a coup d'etat then, right? Or...
Listen, I don't know what language you're speaking, but on this show we speak American.
If the government supports it, by definition, it can't be treason.
And by the way, Corey, you're saying it wrong. It's coup de grace. Okay, I watch WWE Networking. I think I know how it's pronounced.
Don't get your grammar lessons from Corey Graves. Never get your grammar lessons with guys who has visible tattoos on his neck.
Oh, God. So I watched Extreme Rules. It was fucking terrible. But the worst part about it was, my God, is Sam Roberts looking more and more like a goddamn ghoul. Every time I see that man.
Yeah, he doesn't look alive.
No. He doesn't look like he's been dead a long time, but he's looking like he's dead like a couple weeks.
I think Sam Roberts died a few years ago, and Andy Serkis has just been playing Sam Roberts.
He's so good. Andy Serkis
he really dives into whatever he does,
good.
and you can't even tell it's him.
It's really good.
But he really does. He looks like he's been. It looks like Sam Roberts lost Sauron's ring like 10 years ago. That's seriously what it looks like.
He looks fucking terrible. But we talked about it, the relationship between Joe Rogan and Alex Jones, obviously.
The love affair, you mean?
Well, somebody, and I want to give credit here to Ping Trip, I believe is a person on YouTube, made a trailer, and it's called Joe Rogan and Alex Jones, the Friend Zone trailer. It's brand new, worth watching. We're going to play it.
fucking cool guy. You're a really nice guy to hang around. Give me a hug, you big, beautiful bastard. You're awesome, man. Good to see you.
I miss you. So good to see you.
I miss you too, man.
Verifiable. I've got the documents right here. You know who else is a great comic? And I'm here to see him tonight. It's Joe Rogan. He's coming up in mere minutes.
I'm glad we're friends, and I'm glad we've been friends for so long.
The music is perfect.
You're an interesting dude, Alex, and you're a real truth seeker, you know?
Joe Rogan Experience, you get it on iTunes. If the Illuminati lets you. If the black helicopters don't come, take away your cell phone, you think I'm playing games.
He still can't. Here's the thing with Joe Rogan. He still can't project enough anger and energy because he's such a laid back.
To do a good Alex Jones, yeah.
You got to really get into it, man. You got to have some anger inside of you, bro. You can't just do it all half-assed. You got to actually be an angry person, y'all.
The ya's become my favorite
I
part
just
of
turned it into a fucking stupid thing. And now it's weird because we've turned it into an inside joke, so now nobody gets my Alex Jones
It's so good.
Because I never used to go, until he threatened to fight Ben Shapiro down here in old Texas.
Asshole. When best friends become worst enemies is what it says.
Why does he legitimize quacks like Alex Jones? It creates a false equivalence problem.
Oh, no.
Why does he
that's
interview so many
not
bad
fair.
faith actors like Alex Jones?
I talk to people, and I record it. That's it. I'm not a journalist, by any stretch of the imagination. Alex Jones has been my friend for 20 years. He's fucking crazy.
Oh, I had Alex on. People think I like Alex. I like him as a friend, but he's a total nutball. Here's reality, Joe. Here it is.
Great editing.
Sorry, this editing is amazing.
Here's reality, Joe. Here it is. If you turn over to Palpatine and become Darth Vader, I'm Obi-Wan Kenobi, and I'm coming for you, buddy.
Well, technically, Obi-Wan Kenobi didn't come for him, right? It was generations later, Obi-Wan Kenobi. And Obi-Wan Kenobi did train Luke to fight Vader.
He's training Owen Schroeder to fight Vader.
Oh my God! Is Owen Schroyer the
Yeah.
fucking
He's his
the chosen one?
Not Padawan, because that's for Jedis. What is it when you're the apprentice? He's a Sith's apprentice.
So when they went, but there is another.
There is
And then
another.
it was Owen Schroyer. And then Owen Schroyer and his twin sister were separated. Somebody find Owen Schroyer's long lost fucking estranged twin sister before he tries to bang her. I know how this plays out.
I'm Obi-Wan Kenobi, and I'm coming for you, buddy. I'm trying to change the world, and I'm doing it.
You know, people just get caught up in looking for conspiracies and everything. And after a while, it's exhausting.
I'm not stupid. You're right, Joe. Hey, I'm the bad guy. I'm sorry.
Why is he hitting himself?
When he goes crazy, he gets mad at me.
I'm not stupid when I watch all that. I'm not dumb. I don't sit here and play Machiavellian games.
You know, he knows the CIA. Who knows?
What?
Wow, the music. This is
This
great.
guy
This
really
guy did
is
really
a fucking
good.
asshole.
And of course, with Joey Diaz worked so well with the trailer.
Whoever made this video is an asshole, but
It's
you
brilliant.
are a brilliant asshole.
Nothing.
Like you don't know full well, Joe Rogan.
But look, Alex Jones going to hear this, so I'm just...
I'm with the CIA. I'm with the CIA like it's mysterious or cool. Like talking about the post office. The CIA gets its talking points from me, Joe. I run the CIA, Joe.
The Inception horns are amazing.
Just why, Alex, buddy? Can I say this? And I don't want to say this. And I've always defended Alex from these accusations. For years, I've always defended Alex, but I'm now convinced that he's on fucking drugs.
You think so?
Yeah, he's got this jaw thing I keep picking up on. He does it once in a while. Like he's very good at controlling it, but I can spot. I know coke jaw, buddy. When you start doing this,
I told people to get messages to Joe. I've left messages, and I know he listens to them. I can see him being listened to. And you know full well about that too, Joe. You know about the CIA. You're out there in the middle of Hollywood. You know damn well, and we've talked about it. So I'm just disappointed.
So just to calm Alex down, nobody's telling me what to say. No one's telling me what to do. Alex, you gotta calm down.
My soul ain't for sale. Don't Don't talk about what America is on the 4th of July. Don't celebrate we're bringing the country back. And somehow we're pissing on America when we're the ones bringing it back. You think I'm stupid? I'm right. I told the truth. I raised the alarm.
Pink Trip is the guy who made it, if you want to.
But I just want to be with you in history. I like you, man. You're a really cool guy.
The friend zone. Be careful who you let in.
Well, I can't wait for Joe Alex Part 2.
This is, look, and like we were talking about it off air yesterday. Joe will have Alex on again in a goddamn heartbeat.
Yeah. He's not a fucking retard.
Yeah, the highest rated episode you've ever had, Joe.
If Alex goes back on there, it'll be the highest viewed one he ever did in history.
Yeah.
I love Alex, man.
Yeah, dude,
I could never hate Alex.
It's really difficult to hate him. You're right. Okay, so this one is it's not political, but it's great. So we need to patrol the thought here real quick.
More degeneracy.
Yes, it is. But this isn't LGBT degeneracy, so it still falls under the no LGBT stuff, okay?
Still, just why is everything fucking sex degeneracy now?
Well, you know how those people, I'm sure you've seen them, it's a live-in slave. Well, why don't we let her explain it? This is Fluffy. She's smelling a girl's feet. He's a live-in slave. Dahlia was a kindergarten teacher before she found the fetish scene.
Yeah, and ruined her life.
Goddess, how many eggs do you want?
2.
Goddess, how many eggs do you want?
So she was a kindergarten teacher before she threw her life away for this degenerate. So she used to be something good and pure.
And then she turned into something Anthony Cumia would date.
How many eggs do you want?
2. Scrambled.
So he's cooking for her.
I actually met at some fetish parties in New York City. We became really good friends first. Next thing you know, I ended up becoming her slave.
Fluffy is one of Dahlia's many slaves, and he's walking her around. She's walking this. By the way, she's with her actual husband or boyfriend.
I don't even.
But the slave is being walked around with a leash behind her.
Why do they cover this shit, man?
I have lifestyle slaves who serve me 24/7.
She's not even attractive enough for this.
She looks like she looks like an even grosser Amy Poehler.
Yeah, it's disgusting.
I can call anyone at any point in the day, and I have slaves that are here that will come and bring my groceries, do cleaning, do laundry, things like that.
You know what's funny about this stuff? When one of these people finally snaps because you don't pick up your phone, and they go in there and do something terrible to you, no one's going to feel sorry for you. Like, you're letting in legitimately crazy people into your life because they make money off of this, by the way, because they pay her for this. They pay her for this, for the privilege of sniffing her feet and making her eggs.
What happened to men? What happened to you?
I have pay pigs, so they're submissives who are mainly financially invested. They want to make sure I'm comfortable and happy all the time, so they send me gifts and buy me things and take me on trips.
Dahlia isn't a total ice queen, though. She rewards her slaves.
I don't have sex with my subs. There's no sexual relationship at all.
There's no benefit to this then. It's nothing.
No, I don't understand. What's the point? I mean, buddy, for all that money, for a lot less money, you could bang a hooker. For a lot less, and you get sex out of it, and you have to smell their feet.
Remember when I was saying, we got to go back a little something again? These all would have to be.
They wouldn't make the list, or they would make the list. I guess
all have to be removed.
Dahlia rewards me in a lot of different ways. Like the other night, I wanted to sleep at the foot of her bed. So she's like, yeah. So it was great. I was very happy.
Pathetic.
Dahlia's boyfriend also benefits from the arrangement.
This is so pathetic.
Her boyfriend.
In the summertime, we spent a lot of time just lounging on the roof. And then I said, this would be so much better if we had champagne or watermelon. And, well, I can just call a slave and they can bring us champagne and watermelon.
Yeah.
How many levels of cucked are you on, fam?
This is
fuck.
Fluffy is a slave because he likes to make Dahlia happy.
Oh, God bless her, man. You should see me when I'm fucking dating a girl and she asks me to run up to the store.
Fuck
See
you.
the look I give that hoe.
This would you say? You go, I can't pause an online game. You go. All right?
Oh,
I'm playing online right now.
Anything that she asks of me, even if it's just a matter
Even if they're
of
hurt, you're like, seriously, you broke an arm, not a leg.
Yeah, get out of here.
You can go to the store.
Please.
Or foot rub.
Or like 10 o'clock at night when I want cheesecake to be delivered. He'll order it for me.
Here's what I don't get.
Why is the dude from the Lonely Island letting himself be a slave?
Why are these people... How are these people, like, satisfied in life?
Well, which one? But be more specific.
Even the woman and the boyfriend that
Okay.
have the slave. Even if you have, it's like I'm constantly shitting on myself and beating myself up on a constant basis. Nothing's good enough. Nothing isn't good enough. I'll never be good enough. I'll be somebody's dead uncle someday. And it's like these people have no dread. They have no, oh my God, you know what I mean? How do you just go, this is great, bring me cheesecake. Bah. How do you live like this, give nothing to the world, all for nothing back, and just be happy? I would be suicidal.
Happy. Nobody, but here's the thing, it's a show. I don't think any of them are happy.
I mean, obviously, you're smelling some fucking weird woman's feet while some other guy bangs her.
Get
You guys are real
more
Jim Norton.
out of the tease than I do.
Does that make
out
her,
of
what's that gross, Mary Jean? Really gross.
Whatever one of the ugly ones.
Mary Jean's really gross.
actually, going through with anything sexual.
I don't get the feet thing, man. I've
Even
never
if you're
gotten it.
gorgeous and I'm in love with you.
I don't get feet.
You know what I mean? Like, I could be married to a young Melania Trump, and I would still be like, get your feet out of my face.
Yeah,
What the fuck is wrong
I
with you?
don't. I mean, I guess everyone has their own fucking thing, but
I mean, like, I'll rub a girl's feet, like if they're showered and everything, and they're like, hey,
yeah.
But I'm not getting any enjoyment out of that.
Smelling it does nothing for me. Well, we have some. Finally, people are standing up to the terrible, edgy, just over the line comics. Finally, it's happening. From Eater.com. Jerry Seinfeld wears out his welcome in Netflix comedians' cars getting coffee. Too many tone-deaf comics sink the celebrity interview show.
Is he? Did they just not renew it?
No, he's still on, but this is somebody complaining about the show.
They're already acting like it's over, though.
It's not.
I love this. This. Oh, there's always this air of finality to the way the left talks. It's over for them, is it? Because he's still Seinfeld. He's a billionaire.
This post originally aired July 6th. The weekly news. Okay, this week Netflix added new episodes of two big food shows to its library: Somebody Feed Phil and Comedians in Cars Getting Coffee.
And N-word food, starring Josh Denny.
Here's everything you need to know about the new season of Seinfeld's interview series. And for more on what to expect, blah, blah, blah. Okay, Comedians in Cars needs a tune-up. Like Phil Rosenthal, Jerry Seinfeld is another wildly successful sitcom creator who has a show on Netflix where he eats meals with his friends, but unfortunately his TV endeavor lacks of warmth. The latest episode of Comedians in Cars Getting Coffee.
Before you even get into that,
okay.
Let's say you're the guy writing this article, right? I'm going to ask you some questions.
Okay.
Did we have the most LGBT characters in history this year in media?
Yes, that is correct. It's the highest ever.
And there's a lot of new offerings that I see that are very warm. A lot of warm, like feel good, girl powery, all that good. There's a lot of
a whole bunch. Oh, a whole bunch.
Cool. So just don't watch that one thing. Problem solved.
The latest version of Comedians in Cars Getting Coffee features several moments where perfectly pleasant conversations are undermined by tone-deaf remarks that
Those
indicate
are called jokes. By the way, those are called jokes. Jokes.
Tone deaf remarks that indicate just how out of touch Seinfeld is with the rest of the world. He's out of touch. By the way, I'm not a Seinfeld fan.
And by the way, he is out of touch with the rest of the world. He is obscenely rich.
Yeah. No one's saying he's not. But again, Seinfeld has always been the comic who refused to curse, still doesn't curse when he does this. Like, he's the one you can bring your family to.
Also, he's not a nice man.
No, he's not.
He's an asshole, and he's very cold to people.
And he's obsessed with the shittiest cars. Porsches? Really, Jerry?
But you know what? It's like, did he rape any kids?
No.
Did he do any, you know what I mean? Is he running around like fucking... So stop.
What I like most about Harvey Weinstein's story is how perfectly cast he is in the role. Seinfeld says casually to Dana Carvey, okay, that's pretty funny, seemingly forgetting how many people were hurt by the Hollywood mogul. The look, the voice, the name, the weight. If he walks into your office, you go, you got it, you got the part, it's perfection. Referring to Harvey Weinstein. That's funny.
That's very funny.
Later in that episode, at a music store, Seinfeld stops Dana Carvey from playing his guitar to say, "Why do you feel like a girl and you're hitting on me? I just feel uncomfortable right now. You're looking at me in the eye and you're playing a guitar. This is gay. We're gay." That's something I would say to Mike if we were out doing something dumb.
You can't have any fun anymore.
In a later episode, Seinfeld also interrupts another one of the straight friends to tell him that he's picking up gay vibes. "The waves of gayness that wash through me from time to time are amazing," Seinfeld says to Alec Baldwin in the middle of their meal. "You're like one of the last men. You really have a manliness about you. But every once in a while, there's like a vanilla fudge marbling of homosexuality, just a ribbon of it to flash through."
Baldwin replied, "My daughter's a piece of shit."
Why does he... Wow, he's still really mad at her.
I'll never let you live that down, Alec.
In the Tracy Morgan episode, Seinfeld is perplexed when the server, a woman named Karitsa, introduces herself at the start of the meal. He turns to Tracy and says, "Karitsa, that's unusual. You never heard that name before. Why do people keep making up names?" Another baffling part of comedians' equation, apart from Seinfeld's condescending remarks about the people directly in front of him.
Seinfeld's never not made a condescending remark.
Yeah, that's what he does. Is the shameful product of placement for Lavazza coffee that permeates every single episode. In several cases, the B-roll of the coffee is being poured into 2 Lavazza branded cups, completely incongruent with the action on screen. Yeah, they have fucking sponsors. That happens, right? It's a show that you can have.
Somebody's never seen Bar Rescue.
Yeah,
it's a giant commercial.
Atlantic Recording Star Hailstorm.
It keeps the beer at exactly 31 degrees and runs through a tub. Right, enough. I'm never going to own a bar.
Considering how much money both Seinfeld and Netflix have, you have to wonder, do they really need to keep the sponsorship deal alive? Comedians, this is great. They have too much money.
What fucking business is that of yours? Do you know how they got money? Do all leftists just think that now you have money?
You have enough.
You'll never need money again, right?
Comedians in Cars is long overdue for a tune-up. You get it?
Oh, yeah, because the comedians part.
No.
Oh, the drinking part.
No, the
in part.
It's the car part.
Oh, okay, sorry, I don't know a lot about...
You did everything but the car part.
I don't know a lot about cars.
He's not a real wrench head. But if you're curious about the new season, consider taking on Kate McKinnon. He's telling Seinfeld what guest to get. Kate McKinnon, Hassang Minhaj.
Okay, but here's the problem, though, right? Then he would have to change the show to political hacks and cars drinking coffee.
These are seemingly nice people who keep the mood light and lively during their chat.
When did the left become old ladies? Isn't this a 1990s era old lady letter to the FCC or to the network? Isn't this a network letter from an old lady from the 90s? You know, this married with children is a real...
God damn it.
I'm not very happy with this portrayal of a dysfunctional family. You know, what about something more light? You know, something starring maybe Reba McEntire or somebody. Like, no.
Al Bundy flushed a toilet on television. I'm outraged.
And Fox goes, you know what, lady? You're right. And you know what? That's why we've never heard of Fox here in 2018. Because they went, you're right, lady. We need to go lighthearted and warm. They say warm?
Warm.
You want to be warm, set your TV on fire.
Stick your head in a microwave.
You're not using it properly.
Oh, fuck. Back back to some real world news, and you sent me this one, Mike. Woman admits to killing her father after finding his child pornography collection, including photos of herself.
Yeah. This is one of those headlines where everybody went, yeah, get him, girl. But let's read the story because the story is not as cut and dry. And I don't, I'm always on the pro pedo murderer side. But
a British woman was sentenced to 9 years in prison on Wednesday after she confessed to killing her father and burying his body in the backyard of their home in 2006. After she discovered his collection of child pornography, including indecent images of herself. 2006. So this wasn't like recent, like it was a. So she killed him 12 years ago.
It gets better. Oh, it gets better. That's why I hate, guys, read articles before you comment or spread them. Because you know how many times I shared this and I went, we're going to talk about this in RTC. Get it, girl. I'm like, just wait till the thing.
Barbara Combs, 63, of Reddish Stockport, went to the police station in Stockport on January 7, 2018, where she admitted she killed her father, Kenneth Combs, 87, in 2006. Or that was 87. She told police she snapped in January of 2006 when she came across naked photographs of herself and another child, The Guardian reported. But she's 63, and she killed him in 2006. So these had to be when she was a child, right? So it's 63. Let's say she was 10. Let's use that as an 10, maybe. The photos would be 50-something years old. Okay. She said, "Okay, I'm just trying to get all the info." She told the police she snapped in 2006 when she came across naked photos of herself and a child, The Guardian reported. She said she was afraid she was not the only victim of her father, and a black cloud appeared over me. She told investigators she had been used as a sex slave by her father for decades and was raped hundreds of times by him. She claimed her father took her to a photograph club where he forced her to display her genitals while other men took photos of her. I could feel black cloud appearing over me, Combs said in court. In a haze of disgust and disbelief, I picked up a shovel I had been gardening with and walked into the living room where my father was standing. Combs said she hit her father in the back of the head with the shovel before slitting his throat with the tool's blade. The Washington Post reported she then took a rug, wrapped his body up, buried him behind a tree in the backyard. She brought 2,000 pounds of soil to conceal the body. She told family members her father died suddenly and the hospital cremated him. Neighbors said they thought the man moved away. Combs lived in the home for exactly 12 for the next 12 years.
Oh, I thought it was coming. It's coming.
To my knowledge, this man Kenneth just disappeared. Terry Server, a neighbor, told the Manchester Evening News. I was not friendly to ask where he went. I just did not see him anymore. Combs' lawyer, Martin Helslop, said his client was treated as a slave by her father. She had no friends, no life outside of the house when she was treated as a slave and controlled by her father and had no one to talk to. Helslop said it was also possible Kenneth Combs may have been the father to Barbara Combs' first child. The child died after birth. Combs pleaded not guilty to murdering her father, but guilty to a lesser charge of manslaughter by reason of diminished responsibility on Wednesday. Judge Timothy King sentenced her to 9 years in prison, saying he did not accept she acted in self-defense, but accepted she killed while suffering from post-traumatic stress disorder and severe depression as a result of 40 years of extreme mental, physical, and sexual abuse at the hands of your father. The judge also believed Combs has never confessed unless the net had not started to close in around her. A housing officer kept getting sent away while trying to make a welfare check at Combs' home. A representative from Stockport Housing Association became suspicious of the man's whereabouts and was slated to visit the home the day after Combs confessed. She also was accused of claiming her father's pension and benefits on his behalf. The BBC reported she received $236,000.
Now do you see why I ask you guys to please read news articles, not just the headlines? Boy, did they just kind of pop that in at the end, right?
Senior investigating officer Duncan Thorpe of the Greater Manchester Police Department said he believed Combs showed absolutely no concern for what she had done and denied everyone the chance to say goodbye as Kenneth lay buried at the bottom of her own garden just meters away from her own window. Despite having years to tell someone what really happened, she only came forward when she had no other choice. Yeah, you're right. That little line at the end of collecting his now again, did she produce any evidence? Because this is what I want to know. I would like to know more about this.
You'd have to. You can't produce any evidence unless you want to get charged with child pornography legally.
Oh fuck!
right? Like if you just
Even if it's a picture of yourself as a kid, though.
Like if
I don't know how it works.
if I kill somebody because I found a cache of child porn of me as a kid, right? I kill the person, then I keep the child porn and I present it to the cops. I'm getting charged for child porn. I kept the porn after the fact. Like you still possessed it. So to me, this whole thing seems fishy to me.
And also,
like you said, 50-year-old photographs.
She was 63 and he was 87. At what point?
Here's why I don't like this. Pedophiles are becoming the new easy thing that everybody uses. Mike Cernovich does that shit all the time. Every time somebody shows up in Mike Cernovich's chat room and goes, "Hey, didn't you rape a chick?" He'll go, "Yeah, you know what it is, guys? It's these pedophiles. They're all over the place. They're always following me everywhere. They're all pedophiles. It's an organized pedophile campaign." Every weirdo creep on the internet that has any backlash goes, "All these pedophiles are out to get." So it's like this new excuse. I feel like we're going down a slippery slope here now where any lady could just murder her old man for the bennies. And when they catch her, go, you raped me and I had pictures.
Yeah, no,
I don't buy it.
There's something weird about this. You're right. Something doesn't sit well.
I love that. So I love how anytime you bring up the Cernovich thing, there's always still a few people that are like, Cernovich raped a girl? I'm not saying he raped a girl, but he did plead guilty to battery, which was a plea down from a rape charge. And he also wrote a blog bragging about hiring a private investigation firm to go intimidate a witness. You look it up; it's all on the internet. I love reminding folks about Cerno.
Well, guys, Planned Parenthood has a new commercial. This is from Planned Parenthood. This isn't like a parody, so I want to point this out.
Have they ever actually helped anyone plan for parenthood? Ever?
No.
Once?
No, they should be called planned. No excuse not to go to Europe now. Hood.
Planned. I already put a deposit in on the cruise.
Exactly.
You wonder how many babies
don't make me think about that.
Are actually the product of like, well, what happens when the dad rapes them and then worst case scenario, fine, the baby was going to kill the mother, or how many abortions are just women that were like, I put a deposit on a cruise, they're non-refundable,
and I bought the drink package, and what am I not going to drink?
Flush.
Well, Planned Parenthood has a commercial running in New York City.
New York City?
Let's play it.
Fuck New Yorkers who love to complain.
Fuck everyone about to get fucked by the L train.
Fuck manspreaders.
Fuck subletters. Fuck anyone who can afford their rent.
Fuck whoever has a washer-dryer in their fucking apartment.
Fuck your loud as fuck upstairs neighbor.
Fuck. What is this cancer?
Look, listen. Let's start it again because I don't think you're paying attention.
I am paying attention. No, don't do this again. Do
you know what this is? What I'm picking up is people that should have been aborted.
This is fucking AIDS. This whole commercial is AIDS.
Okay, you're right.
I feel like I'm watching Rent. Are they making a Rent television show?
5,400 minutes. I don't know what it is. I don't really, but it's a lot of minutes. It's a lot of minutes, folks.
Fuck New Yorkers who love to complain.
Fuck everyone about to get fucked by the L train.
Fuck manspreaders.
Fuck subletters. Fuck anyone who can afford their rent.
Fuck whoever has a washer-dryer.
Fuck anyone that could afford their rent. It's probably my favorite one so far.
What is this? Did you guys like? No. Did Planned Parenthood accidentally make the most honest commercial about the left ever?
I think so.
This is the left in a nutshell. There's no plan. There's no how can we get from here to here. It's just fuck everything better than me.
Fuck whoever has a washer-dryer in their fucking apartment.
Fuck your loud as fuck upstairs neighbor.
It's okay, guys.
Fuck me.
Fuck your hot as fuck bartender.
Fuck anyone in fashion.
Fuck dancers.
Fuck.
This commercial's literally and figuratively AIDS.
How is this about Planned Parenthood? What I'm trying to get.
Dancers.
Fuck brokers.
Somebody say fuck a broker?
Fuck New York and everyone in it.
Protect our right to safely fuck whoever the fuck we want. Donate to Planned Parenthood of New York City.
to fuck whoever we want.
So you basically you just outed yourselves.
Hey, yes, you did. Hey, fuckers, you fucking idiots, you fucking morons. Do you fucking understand that no one's telling you not to fuck whoever you don't want to fuck? You could fuck whoever you want to fuck. However, there's, I don't know, at least a dozen options to not have to fucking have a fucking abortion, you fucking idiots. It's exactly what you're saying. It's like, let's use abortions as a contraceptive. That's what they're doing. That's what this commercial is. There's no other way around it other than taking responsibility. Nobody is telling you not to fuck whoever you want. I don't care. I don't fucking care. What I don't want is this commercial should be, hey, fuck whoever you want. Use a condom. Fuck whoever you want. Have birth control. Hey, you fucked up? Use Plan B.
And again, I just said it at the beginning of the show. I'm going to reiterate my point again. You fucking retards. You know that little square political thing that you see all over the place? A little political square, and you go upper left, upper right. There is an entire square. Inside of that square, many of those people, centrists, normies, I know that's a dirty word, were people that would donate to Planned Parenthood. Yeah, maybe not thousands of dollars, but a lot of people that would feel guilty every time they showed a picture of Mike Pence on TV.
Yep.
And would go, oh, I'm going to write a $10 check to Planned Parenthood because it's a good organization and people keep telling me what good they do. You know how many of them you just chased off? Do you know how many normal, decent Catholic families that might actually still sort of believe in the old idea of Roe versus Wade and Planned Parenthood that are going to see this now?
JFK Catholics.
Yeah, that are now going to go, I get like, are you kidding me, dude? This is...
Fuck New York and everyone in it.
Protect our right to safely
By the way,
fuck
Dread Girl could get it. I ain't going to lie.
No, you're right.
Dread Girl could definitely get it.
No one's saying she can't.
fuck whoever the fuck we want. Donate to Planned Parenthood of New York City.
Nice pan flute, by the way, you fucking idiots.
So that's just New York City market they're playing.
This is just for New York. This is correct. This is just this is an ad that's running.
But
just
you guys
for New York
realize,
City.
right, that there's this thing right now. It's called the what do you call it? The internet.
I think it's called the information superhighway.
And what they do is they can take your information, right? Like this commercial. Let's say that commercial is information, and they shoot it down the superhighway. And then what happens is all those regular kind of just basic Democrats from the Midwest, Texas, old school liberals, they're going to see this and go, what the hell? They're not going to donate to you anymore. You used to get some of that white guilt conservative, some of those bucks. They're not going to come in anymore. This is the fucking first step to getting defunded.
Yeah, this is again, there's a lot of people that, like Mike says, that are on the fence about stuff like this, that are like, and you are just, you make these, and this goes all the way back to the very beginning of the show. You are giving people ultimatums. That is what you're doing. You're telling people to donate to this so we could fuck who we want. It's no longer like, hey, donate to Planned Parenthood. We do mammograms. Hey, donate to Planned Parenthood. It's free women physicals. You go to free, you can't afford. I'm not saying I agree or don't agree, but that's one way to at least get people to go, oh, okay, so they're more than just abortions, huh? All right, some women might need this help. Maybe, But now you're just saying, hey, you want to be a fucking slut? Give us money, you sluts. What is this?
This is again, when you see, and this is the problem, that this is one major mistake that you guys are going to see that the Democrats have made, that Trump got accused of making. But if you notice, very subtly, Trump has never made the mistake of pandering too much to his base. The Democrats have doubled down on, we need to make sure this, that you guys are now pandering to the most extreme elements of the left.
No, you're right.
And it's like you notice Trump, even when he kind of, like after Charlottesville, he was like, there were bad people on both sides, and people freaked out.
Yeah.
But even then, he wasn't going, well, what about Antifa? He said, look, you guys are fucking retards too. The Nazi flag fags and the Antifa fags, you're all fags.
They don't see this. This would be the same thing. The fucking same thing. if the alt-right had a commercial that was like, Jews, am I right? They're terrible. Everyone every moderate Republican or conservative would be like, guys, are you fucking nuts? What are you doing? You're going to lose all these normie people. Why are you doing this? You know, be back again to the beginning of the show. Be reasoned. Fucking, you're losing your fucking minds.
And also, you notice it was all LGBTQ people of color talking shit.
Of course.
Could you imagine if we made our own fuck commercial?
It would be way different.
What I would not give for an alt-right version of the fuck blanks. Fuck blanks. Fuck blanks who blank. Oh my God. I would give anything for that. And it should be all alt-right e-celebs. It should be like Oz, an LA werewolf, and like Murdoch.
It would be amazing. We got to do it. Pod awful. It's just all these terrible people just say, it'll be great.
Fuck city folk.
Let's do it. What do you say? Not on our channel, though. But let's do it.
Yeah. But on Pod Awful's channel.
Yeah, Pod Awful, you'll do it. You're a pal. It's on your channel, bro.
No, we'll put it up on Worski's channel. He doesn't care anymore. He'll put anything up there.
That's a good point. By the way, those fucking little co-hosts you have, it's not working, pal.
No, they had
So, New York Post. And I'm going to leave this up because this is related. San Francisco's crisis looks like New York's future. A major medical association is pulling its annual convention out of the city, saying the members no longer feel safe, reports the San Francisco Chronicle. It lost approximately $40 million for the city and a warning to other cities with similar policies, like New York. You could be next. Beautiful, hilly San Francisco has become known as a city where 20 pounds of poop was dumped on a sidewalk last week in a clear bag and remained there for hours. As the Post had note, human waste-related complaints in San Francisco have skyrocketed.
So now people are shipping their shit there in bags? Just dropping it off?
Okay, here, let's play a game. From 2008 to 2018, what percentage of human waste complaints, how much has it gone up, the complaints for human waste? What percentage has it gone up? 10 years. In the last 10 years.
I think it's tripled.
Okay. You're wrong. 400%.
Oh, Jesus.
And in 2017 alone, more than 21,000 reports were received. What happened in San Francisco, it's obvious. It stopped prosecuting quality of life offenses, and unsurprisingly, the quality of life for the city residents and visitors decreased sharply. In 2015, San Francisco courts stopped enforcing bench warrants for such offenses. Police continued writing up tickets for public drunkenness or sleeping in parks, but when the accused failed to show up to their court appearance, the judge simply dismissed the outstanding warrant. New York started following San Francisco's lead in 2016 when Manhattan DA Cyrus Vance Jr. announced his office would no longer be prosecuting offenses such as public urination. They haven't changed the law. The DA decided, I'm not prosecuting them.
The opposite of what Giuliani did.
Right. Both cities have accepted that they'll continue to have a large number of people living on their streets and inevitably using their sidewalks as a toilet. New York has tried Band-Aids to no real solution. The city now spends $500,000 a day housing homeless people in hotels.
Ooh.
One particular night in 2017, the city spent $648,000 booking the homeless into $549 hotel rooms near Times Square. The temporary solution is wildly expensive and does not produce any lasting reduction in the homeless population. New York also seems to be following San Francisco's lead regarding drug use in public.
You don't say putting homeless people up in free hotel rooms isn't curbing the issue?
Is
it making more homeless people? That's so fucking weird.
A BuzzFeed story in May noted that the city's explosion of public drug use has tested San Francisco's image as a liberal, compassionate urban oasis.
You know how you deal with the homeless population? Mm-hmm. Collapsible batons.
Ooh, I like that. According to the city's Department of Public Health, there are around 22,000 intravenous drug users in the city, of about 470 per square mile. Few want to...
Again, so what you're telling me is that pandering to heroin addicts, homeless people, and drug addicts created more heroin addicts and drug addicts and homeless people?
If you want to live in a place where you risk stepping on a discarded needle, as San Francisco Mayor Mark Farrell actually did. Yet, also in May, Mayor Bill de Blasio told police to stop arresting for smoking marijuana in public starting August 1st. That doesn't bother me. That's a waste of money. Change the laws first?
Still, no, like in public, dude?
That doesn't bug me as much.
It's
How's
still-
it any
it's-
different than fucking smoking a cigarette in public?
Well, they've outlawed that, though.
That's my point. I think that's stupid. But the city plans to open 4 safe injection sites where heroin users can shoot up under the supervision of a doctor.
All right, I want to have this pot debate.
Okay, let's have it.
Because I'm inside. You're still smoking a psychoactive substance, right? And producing presumably giant clouds of it if everybody's just walking around smoking it. It's still a public area where kids could presumably be. I don't mind, like, if it's allowed in certain areas, if, like, you know, do like the Wire type shit. If you have a downtown, like a Main Street little area with its bars and cafes, but you can't just have everybody fucking walking around smoking weed, right? Is that just me?
I don't. You know, I think that it doesn't bother me as much because I mean, there's people walking around fucking hammered all the time too. You know?
Yeah, but they're not. There's no secondhand. Again,
you're right. There's no secondhand. But I've just been to Key West. You're right. There's not a secondhand. But I'll say this. I've walked around a bunch of stoners and I've walked around a bunch of drunk people. There might not be secondhand, but drunk people get into fist fights and almost fell on my nephew. Like, what's the difference?
But
It's
I
not
can't-
great.
I can't be downwind from somebody. Let's say I'm on probation.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm just chilling at a sidewalk cafe. I can't be downstream from fucking a bunch of hood rats smoking weed, breathe in too much of that shit, and then I got to get fucking popped the next day on a piss test. Just saying, there's extenuating circumstances where I think maybe the pot shouldn't be crazy out in the open. I think it should be legal. Again, if you're in a parking garage coming out, you know, on the way to the bar, and you stop like in a parking garage real quick, and you and your friend are like, you smoke some weed in your car, and the cops come and they arrest you. That's a fucking dick move. Like they weren't bothering. They were trying to be as low key about that shit as possible. But again, if you're walking down the street like burning one at 4 in the afternoon, maybe at night, when it's compromised at night. Kids shouldn't be out after like 9, 10 o'clock anyway on the street.
I'll meet you there.
Fucking, burn your blunts after 9.
And the city plans to open 4 safe injection sites where heroin users can shoot up under the supervision of a doctor. The concern about both of these policies is that, like in San Francisco, there will be a slide in what's permissible. I've written before in support of decriminalizing marijuana use, but permitting public drug use is something entirely different. Okay, that's what the person just said. The 2 cities also line up closely on affordable housing. Neither has much, nor has extensive plans to build any. At City Lab, Gabriel Metcalf wrote that he specifically moved to San Francisco for its progressive policies.
And on account of the AIDS.
But I said it, progressive policies. But those policies have caused a housing shortage of epic proportions. San Francisco's progressive choose to stick with their familiar stance of opposing new development, positioning themselves as defenders of the city's physical character, he wrote. And over the years, these anti-development sentiments were translated into restrictive zoning, the most cumbersome planning and building approval process in the country, and all kinds of laws and rules that make it uniquely difficult, time-consuming, and expensive to add housing to San Francisco. Likewise, New York's commitment to rent stabilization and rent control means lack of the necessary housing development. And in many cases, instead of building more houses, the city is simply rezoning areas to produce more affordable homes. Both San Francisco and New York City are one-party towns. They're incubators of uber-liberal policies. Both cities have produced astonishing inequality and even shrinking middle class and deepening the homeless population. Both cities are throwing money at the issue and hoping something works out. But people generally will only tolerate human poop on sidewalks for so long. New York needs to stop following San Francisco down its poop-filled road before conventions start thinking twice about visiting.
Yes, broken window policing. It works. Yo, Giuliani and I believe Kelly was his fucking, of course, fucking Irishman. That was police chief. They literally just went with this new thing where they just arrested literally everyone for a decade. And then after a few years, everybody's like, wow, New York's gorgeous. It's beautiful. You could not. There was a time where you were afraid to take a piss in New York. Yeah. Now I'll whip my dick out on 42nd Street and take a piss. Nobody's going to say a goddamn word to me. But, there was a time you took a piss, you took the risk of them not just writing a ticket. You got arrested. You had to go to jail.
Well, let's move back over to California.
We were just in That was California.
No, it was New York, not becoming
San Francisco,
California.
though.
Well, okay. Then let's go. We went from San Francisco to New York, and then let's go back from New York to California. California Democrats endorse De Leon over incumbent Feinstein.
Uh-oh.
Leaders of the California Democratic Party on Saturday voted overwhelmingly to endorse Kevin De Leon, which means of lion, for the U.S. Senate over incumbent Senator Dianne Feinstein. De Leon, a more liberal activist voice within the party, recently served as California State Senate President pro tempore and currently represents parts of Los Angeles. Feinstein, the leading Democrat on the Senate Judiciary Committee, is seeking her 5th full term in the Senate. De Leon garnered 65% of the vote among the party's executive board members. Feinstein received 7% of the vote, and 28% voted no endorsement. 60% of the vote was needed for the party to officially endorse a candidate. In a statement shortly after the endorsement, De Leon renewed his call for debate against Feinstein and celebrated the win. Earning the endorsement of so many leaders and activists in California Democratic Party isn't just an honor, a privilege in today's vote is a clear-eyed rejection of politics as usual in Washington, D.C. De Leon, in the statement, through the years of hard-won progress, we have proven to the world that California can forge a path for the rest of the nation. See the last story, by the way.
So I like that our liberal Jewish female senator is now falling victim to a machination of her own tribe's design.
Isn't that weird?
You're getting pushed out for a young brown person.
Appearing on CNN Sunday, De Leon of Lion took aim at Feinstein, saying, "Now is not the time for complacency or for someone to plead patience and hope that perhaps with fingers crossed that Donald Trump could learn and become a good president in the future. Instead," he said, "Californians need someone on the front lines doing everything in their power to move policies that improve the human condition." Feinstein's campaign manager, Jeff Millman, touted the senator's Democratic primary election results. While 217 delegates expressed their view on Saturday, Senator Feinstein won by 2.1 million votes and earned 70% of the Democratic vote in California primary election, carrying every county by double digits over her opponents. Millman said in a statement, "We are confident that a large majority of California Democrats will vote to re-elect Feinstein in November." The incumbent was also denied the California Democratic Party's endorsement in February when she sought it at the state's convention. Then De Leon was not able to earn their endorsement outright, but he did secure 54% to prevent one for Feinstein, who received 37% of the delegates' vote. Now, she's still going to win. Again, this doesn't mean anything. She's still going to win. But I do love people in California, and the Democratic Party of California thinks that the state is falling apart because of these progressive policies. We just talked about San Francisco, right?
No,
and they think
it's falling apart because of Trump's Nazi fascism.
California was long bankrupt before Trump was in office.
Trump's been around a long time in business.
But he was in New York. It wasn't even in California.
Right.
No, seriously, that's what it was. But my point is that, so they go, you know what'll fix this? Being even more shit needles. We don't have enough shit needles. But if we had more shit needles.
I think that there's more than enough shit needles.
No, we need more. We need more progressive policies. Okay? That is what we need. Look, Feinstein's going to win, just like no one's going to fucking kick Maxine Waters out of there. I'm very sorry, guys. Look, I know we have a lot of friends in California, and they want us to, have their candidates on that are going to beat Feinstein and beat Maxine. Look, let's be realistic. We'll have them on. Obviously, we'll talk to them, but we're also realists. Nobody is going to beat these people out there. You understand that, right?
It's cute.
It's a great thought to have. You're right. But nobody's going to beat it. My biggest fear is not this, because there's a lot of people that are like, well, fuck California. Who cares? Let them eat themselves. Let it float off into the ocean. Fine. I agree with you. But
God's not that merciful.
Well, that's first off. And secondly, a lot of these people now in California are taking their liberal bullshit because they can't afford to live in their own mess that they made, and are moving to states like fucking Texas and other states that have always been traditionally red states. And they're moving their shit, and it's a virus. That's the problem. It's just like people think that California is some sort of island where all the hippies live. No, you understand that it spreads like this. They are like fucking locusts. They go and they destroy a state, destroy the crop. And then they don't have anything to eat anymore. And they go, you know what? I could be a shithead in Texas. And then they bring all of their garbage to fucking Texas, and then they destroy that.
Yeah, like Muslims. So Muslims do too. They go everywhere and they go, why isn't this place a caliphate? And it's like, you just escaped one.
Yeah. And by the way, for a bunch of people that fucking love Planned Parenthood and abortions, they reproduce a lot too. That's the other thing, you know? They reproduce a lot, and they make more of this, and they move out, and they eat everything around them. Seriously, look at all the states bordering California and tell me that their fucking cancer hasn't spread. Because it fucking has. That's the issue, is this mindset of this gimme mindset. You destroy your own place, and then you move on to another place and take all of their resources. You motherfuckers are the aliens from Independence Day. That is what you are. You go and you destroy all the resources. You come and you take it from everybody else fucking around you.
And that's not true. You're giving them too much credit. The aliens from Independence Day actually got to space.
That's a good point. You're right. All right, so you guys are like the aliens from Battlefield Earth.
Yes.
There you go.
In that you're actual bugmen.
Right. And most of you are secret.
I was thinking of Starship Troopers.
I was going to say, and most of you are closeted homosexuals like John Travolta, allegedly.
I like to kiss my co-pilot.
All right, guys, we have hit the end of the show. Thank you, everybody, for listening. If you want to become a super secret member of our society, go to revengeofthesis.com/donate, patreon.com/we're not sorry. Today's Amazon Prime Day, so if you're buying anything from Amazon, go to our website, revengeofthesis.com, click our banner, and buy anything through there. It really does help us out. Help us get to DC for the More Rally, September 8th. By going to streamlabs.com/revengeofthesis, and make sure you earmark it for DC so that we know. Anything else we need to plug, Mike?
No, I'm going to probably do Nightwave tonight, maybe tomorrow night. And then I'm also going to be on, if you're up late tomorrow, Dave Martell will be letting me on his program.
Nice.
So, yeah, we'll, whatever. Oh, and please, as always, guys, look up Deleted Streams on YouTube. Our good pal, Frank, will be live at 9 p.m. every night.
Thank you guys for listening. We'll be back tomorrow, same time.